Now to induct Dave, one of the greatest forwards in the history of the game, other than Bob Pettit, Hall of Fame.
They are players who are born with a great natural ability. They have grace and style, size and speed. Things seem to come easy for them playing basketball. Others who haven't been that fortunate have to work hard for success. They try harder, they have to practice more. About all they start with is a great desire to play the game of basketball. They have desire, and they have the determination to spend the many days and weeks and months and years of practice that it takes to reach success in the game of basketball. They make themselves a winner. In rare cases, they make the Hall of Fame. I remember watching our next inductee play basketball and admiring not only the great skill that he brought to the game, but above all, the intensity, the desire, every second at full speed. He worked on defense as hard as he worked on offense. At 6 feet 8 inches tall, he gave away inches to every center he played against, but never a quarter of an inch on the basketball court. He's from Newport, Kentucky, to Florida State, to the Boston Celtics, to the Milwaukee Bucks. Played on 2 world championship teams, most valuable player in the All-Star game, was first-string all-defensive player, most valuable player in the NBA. I talked to fans and teammates about this man, and the thing that came so often in describing him as a man and as a basketball player, he was honest, he was courageous, he was intense, and he played every second of every game as hard as he could. And what finer thing can you say about any athlete than he played as hard as he could every second of every game? I give you Dave Cowens.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm tickled pink to be here tonight, I'll tell you that. First of all, I want to tell you that my wife and I had a party yesterday for all my family. Of course, I would have invited all of you, but she said we had to hold it down a little bit. We had a couple hundred people there. And I want to thank her for all of her love and understanding that she's shown me through a wonderful 13 years that we've been together. Debbie, could you stand up, please? Sometimes at this time of the night on a long program, you feel like Zsa Zsa Gabor's 5th husband. You know what to do, but you're not quite sure how to make it interesting. They give you 4 minutes. Frank Layden couldn't order breakfast in 4 minutes. But I am very honored to be in the Hall of Fame now, in the Hall. It's the home of really some of the greatest athletes that have ever competed in sports. Forget about basketball, in sports. I'm here tonight as a representative of all my teammates and coaches and workout partners, because even though this is an individual honor, which encompasses a career of effort, it was highly affected by players who missed a lot of shots so I could get the rebounds, who made shots so we could win the game, and who worked hard to help me on defense when I needed it. Guys like John Havlicek, Paul Silas, Don Chaney, of course Willie Williams and Jan Geist down at FSU. They helped me on the defensive end. They wouldn't set any picks for me. It was hard to get them to throw me the ball, but they helped me on defense. God helps those who need it the most. And that's been the story of my life. Every time I've reached a crisis point or a threshold, someone was there to help. I've been blessed in life with the best friends a fellow could have. And I've tried to learn from all the coaches and the teammates, not only how to improve as a player, but also how to be a success as a person and to strive to be known for something. With me, it's falling down. I mean, almost all the highlight clips, he's falling down. Hey, I'll be remembered tonight for something falling down. I couldn't have done it any better than that. Through it all, with the guidance of Jim Connor, Hugh Durham, Tom Heinsohn, Zach Sanders, Bill Fitch, Red, and all the Celtic family, but most of all, Don Nelson, who took me into his house when I came to Boston, befriended me, and taught me not only a lot about basketball, because we used to play one-on-one that summer, but he showed me how important it was to get involved in the community, to try to give of your time and never forget the little guy. Because to me, the bigger the reputation, the smaller the ego, the greater the person. I want to thank the selection committee and the trustees of the Hall of Fame for this. This is wonderful. They do a super job. Joe O'Brien and his staff do a wonderful job. And all the people in basketball are very proud. I want to say with special thanks to Ed Stites, Bob Cousy, Kurt Gowdy, and Lee Williams. I'm a trustee of a sports museum, and I know how difficult it is to grow something like this. It takes a lot of work. You need a lot of people to work with you together to make it happen. I wish Bob Lanier and Calvin Murphy were here. They both graduated in 1970 also. I think that was one of the best classes ever to come out of college. Bob used to beat up on me, and I used to take it out on Calvin and Tiny when I could catch up to them. Both these guys were great players who possess all the qualities of professionalism and Hall of Fame stature. My congratulations to Tiny, to Coach Knight. He said the other day that I was one of the few guys he turned the TV on to watch. I used to turn the TV on to watch him, too, to see what kind of crazy thing he was going to do. Maybe that's what being in the Hall of Fame is. Somebody goes out of your way to turn the TV on to watch it. To Larry Fleischer's family, Vicki and your family, Larry O'Brien, to Boris, will you talk to Stoico while you're over here and get him moving a little bit more? You may understand what you're trying to tell him. I can't get through to him. I selected Bob Pettit because he's 6'9", same as me, played 11 years in the league, same as I did. He only started playing basketball when he was a junior in high school, just like me. He was a great player, a superstar. Before Elgin Baylor, before all the people you hear about today, he was the man. He was a great rebounder, but he could score. He was very tough, but fair, and a relentless player who paid the price, and he made other people pay the price. Plus, my hairline's starting to get a little bit bad, and I figured if I was around Bob, no one would notice that much. Where's he? I know him. But he was true to the game and to himself. He didn't take any shortcuts, and he's a very successful person. As I've stated so many times, I firmly believe that the greatest players are the ones who give the most. And we've heard a lot of people talk about giving. It's very important. I learned at an early age from my parents, Ruth and Jack Cowens, who are here, that an integral part of attaining happiness and success is in giving. Giving in your thought, giving in your spirit. And I try to take that approach to basketball and what I do in the community of Boston. I'm pleased to have made it on the roster of the most generous team, the Hall of Fame players. And hopefully these players would see fit to choose me on their team. Thank you very much.